Good morning, everybody. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but you may, if you're clever, if you're paying really close attention, you may see that like the resolution on this video way better than it was before. So I just got a new laptop, and this is my first video on the new laptop, so you guys can see me better, wider field of view, all kinds of fun stuff. So anyway, in case you're wondering, and in case you're in case you're paying close attention, that's what's going on. So today, I'm here to talk about the importance of caring about other people. So there are so many people out there who think that what they don't have is that they don't have the knowledge, right? And it's true that in most cases they don't have the knowledge, but they think that that's all that they need. I mean, how many, like, if you're an entrepreneur, how many business ads do you see in your Facebook thing? They're like, the super secret 7-step system to magically triple your business's profits, right? Or something along those lines. People think that they need systems, that they need procedures, that they need the how-to. And while the how-to is important, if you don't have the heart, if you don't care, none of it's going to work, because at the end of the day, people are going to figure that out. So I wanted to, I can give a couple examples. I can walk through a couple scenarios. But for example, let's just imagine, right? You're at work. You have a boss. Now, most people do not personally care about their boss, right? They want a paycheck. That's why they're employees. They show up, they get a paycheck, they go home, right? They don't personally care about their boss unless, there's, for whatever reason, a close friendship that's developed between them. And if you think about it, if your boss is looking and he doesn't think you care about him, or she doesn't think you care about her, then they're going to motivate you with, the traditional things. Well, if you don't do this, you're going to get fired. If you do this, you might get a raise, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right. But if you genuinely care about them and about what they need, then guess what? They're going to interact with you more as friends. They're going to motivate you from a place of rapport and a place of cohesion and communication, right? Instead of like those old, those tools of intimidation or bribery or whatever. And guess what? That's going to make your life a lot easier. It's the same with colleagues, right? If your colleagues on some project believe that you genuinely care about them, they're going to go above and beyond for you too. Sorry, I've been a little bit sick recently. So ultimately, the thing is, right, you can't fake that, right? Like, maybe like a small fraction, 0.01% of people can fake that kind of genuine caring, and there's like spies or actors or whatever, right? But the vast majority of people, it's nearly impossible to fake that, right? So that means that you have to genuinely care about the people that you work with if you want to be happier in your job, right? And we're going to get to, if you don't genuinely care about them, what to do. We'll get to that in a second. This applies like not just doubly, but like not just triply, but like 10x for entrepreneurs, right? So I've seen so many entrepreneurs, so many, and they start to build a team. So they go beyond just being themselves and just doing their little solopreneur thing. And then they start to build a team of people. And they see this team as something very transactional. Like, oh, these are the people who are going to help me get my time back, right? Like I get my time back, I pay them some money. Okay, we're all good, right? But it's not that simple, because what happens is if you don't care about that team, and if you don't care about your mission, right, and the clients that you're serving and the customers that you're serving, right, then that team isn't going to last, right? I've seen so many entrepreneurs go through teams that just fall apart, right? And the reason they fall apart is because the entrepreneur says, okay, great, now I can go to working 5 or 10 hours a week and just watch the money roll in, and they don't give a crap about their employees. And then guess what? Their employees can sense that the entrepreneur doesn't give a crap, and they don't work hard. And so then the entrepreneurs, well, why aren't they doing as well as I did? Well, because you genuinely cared about your business and they're just getting a paycheck. There's a huge difference, right? And, if the entrepreneur doesn't want to put in the hard work because they've hired people, then what they're saying is, oh, well, this mission isn't that important, right? The clients aren't that important because I just want to chill on the beach and drink margaritas. And then guess what? The employees are going to model that. They're going to do the same thing, right? And then the entrepreneurs is like, well, why aren't they going above and beyond? Well, because you're not. You have to lead by example, right? So that's something I see all the time. There's a story on the positive side. So a mentor of mine, he had a steakhouse outside of El Paso. Like it wasn't in the city. It was like, it wasn't even on a main highway. It was like you had to like drive out to some highway and then like take an exit and then like drive around for 5 minutes. And eventually you get to this like little steakhouse in the middle of nowhere. Now, this guy spent zero money on advertising. right? He wasn't in a popular area, but his steakhouse was cooking, right? If you'll excuse the pun, right? Like there were people there all the time. It was super busy. And his secret, right, was that he told all of his employees, hey, listen, every one of you should be enthusiastic about what you're doing. You should be enthusiastic about serving the customer. You should be, you should let them know, they should be able to see that you care about your job and about serving them. And he actually modeled that. Like that's how he went through his life. He did everything with enthusiasm. He cared about his employees. He cared about his customers. He cared about everybody that he met. And so just by word of mouth, this place just became like a hot spot. So much so that this mentor of mine, he was actually in Switzerland and he was talking to some Swiss guy. And the Swiss guy goes, well, where are you from? And he goes, oh, I'm from El Paso. And the Swiss guy goes, oh, there's this one steakhouse in the middle of nowhere near El Paso. And my mentor was like, yeah, I own it. But like, how crazy is that just that one simple thing, just that caring and that enthusiasm was so powerful that he was just, traveling in Switzerland and some guy on the other side of the world knew about this little restaurant. It's a powerful thing, right? I was talking to one of my students the other day, right? And I was like, hey, listen, just imagine who's out there praying for you, right? And it completely shifted her belief on the topic. It went from being like, oh, listen, how am I going to get this client or this or that or whatever to, oh my God, I'm here on a mission, right? It got her back to that conviction that she started with, right? And at the end of the day, it's, as I said, it's nearly impossible to fake. It's the difference. There's so many coaches out there in this business who don't care, right? And people know, they figure that out. And the truth is that it's made the average person skeptical of the whole industry, which I get, I understand, right? If you don't think someone's looking out for you, of course you're going to be skeptical. But it's not the whole industry. There are some of us who really, really care. I mean, I care more than anybody you will ever meet, right? I want nothing more than the success of my clients, and I will work until Judgment Day. I will do whatever's necessary to make that happen, right? It's something that's really, really, truly important to me. And if you're watching this video, you can see it in my eyes. Right now, for you, if you don't care about what you're doing, if you don't care about the customers you're serving or about the internal clients you're serving, or you don't care about your clients or your team or whatever, then that means that you don't have a mission, right? That means that for whatever reason, you're out there and you don't have something where like you guys are comrades. Because like if you have a mission, these people are like brothers and sisters in arms. It's like a unit of soldiers, right? Because you're doing something important. You're doing something that needs to be done and you're in the trenches together. And if you don't have that, then that means that you need to go find some purpose, right? That's what I talk about when I say how powerful purpose is, right? That's why, right? That's one of the biggest ways it shows up. I mean, there are other ways, but that's one of the biggest ways it shows up. And if you don't have that in your life, you're missing out on that untapped source of power. You're missing out on the opportunity to care. You're missing out on the fact of other people caring about you and caring with you, right? Both you and all the people on your team caring about the clients you're serving, right? That's something that's magical. So if you are, here, one second, let me type this in the link here. If you are looking for help finding something to really care about, if you're looking for help finding that purpose and that mission, then I am the best person to talk to. I'm one of the best in the world at helping people find that. And here's the thing: it's going to be a little bit of a journey, right? It's not something that can be done at the snap of a finger or the drop of a hat. But if you're interested in getting started on that journey, if you're interested in seeing if you're a good fit for that journey, if you're interested in just finding out what the next steps are, even if it's not working with me, doesn't matter, right? Then give me a call because I will help you find that. I really will. And again, I care. So go to www.oculusinstitute.com/scheduling. It's a little the little link that I just took a pause there to type. You can go book a call anytime that's convenient for you on the little calendar, and we can get on the phone and we can have a heart-to-heart. We can figure out what's going on, figure out where you want to go, get you on that path to something that you can really feel your heart into. And then we'll figure out what the next best steps are and we'll talk about it. So guys, I look forward to speaking to you. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. And I'll see you in a couple days. Go well.